Have you ever found yourself lying in bed at night, listening to the quiet rhythm of the room, and wondering if your body is repairing itself as well as it used to? It is a thought that crosses the minds of many of us once we pass our 50th or 60th birthdays. We often think of heart health as something we manage during the day, with our steps, our stress levels, and our lunch choices. But as a doctor who has spent over 4 decades observing the subtle shifts in the aging human body, I have found that the most critical window for your cardiovascular well-being actually opens after you close your eyes. It is during those quiet, dark hours that your biology shifts gears. For many seniors, this is when the body's natural production of nitric oxide, a molecule that keeps blood vessels open and relaxed, starts to dip. It is when the gentle flexibility of our arteries can temporarily stiffen, and when inflammation, often silent and unnoticed, can begin to accumulate. My team and I were fascinated by this nighttime window, so we embarked on a rigorous project to identify natural compounds that could support arterial health specifically during sleep. We looked at hundreds of different ingredients, mixing them with a simple, staple food that many of you likely already have in your pantry: oatmeal. The goal was to see if we could turn a simple evening bowl of oats into a delivery system for arterial support. The results were not just interesting, they were practically transformative for the way we view nutrition for the aging heart. While many ingredients simply added flavor, a select few, 5 to be exact, showed a remarkable ability to work in harmony with the body's nighttime repair cycles. These 5 ingredients helped smooth out blood flow, calm the tissues, and support the body's natural ability to manage plaque, which is essentially the body's way of patching up gentle wear and tear within the vessels. We are going to walk through these 5 powerful additions, starting from the helpful and moving to the absolutely vital. I want to share this with you not as a lecture, but as if we were sitting down for a cup of tea, discussing how to get you feeling your absolute best. Let's begin with number 5, ginger powder. Now, you might know ginger as a simple remedy for an upset stomach or a flavor for holiday cookies, but its role in cardiovascular health is far more profound. When we look at the arteries of older adults, we often see that they are in a state of low-grade irritation. Think of it like a small scratch on your skin that becomes red and puffy. Your body tries to patch that area, and in the arteries, that patch can eventually contribute to stiffness. Ginger acts almost like a cooling balm for your internal system. It contains bioactive compounds known as gingerols, which are fantastic at speaking to your immune system and asking it to settle down. When you mix ginger into warm oatmeal before bed, you are creating a slow release mechanism. The fiber in the oats holds onto those gingerols, allowing them to enter your system gradually over the course of the night. This is crucial because you want that soothing influence to last while you sleep. However, there is a bit of an art to this. You never want to toss your ginger into boiling water, as high heat can damage those delicate compounds. Instead, make your oatmeal, let it sit for a moment until the steam settles, just gentle wisps of steam rather than a rolling boil, and then stir in about a teaspoon of high-quality, organic ginger powder. You want it to be aromatic. If you open your jar and the smell doesn't immediately greet you with a bit of a spicy kick, it might be time to get a fresh batch. This simple addition helps set the stage for a calm, restorative night for your circulation. Moving on to number 4, we have a spice that might surprise you: cayenne pepper. I know what you are thinking. Why would you put something hot in your food right before sleep? It is a valid question. However, we are talking about a very specific, small amount that acts as a gentle stimulant for your blood vessels. The active component here is capsaicin. In the world of vascular health, capsaicin is like a gentle nudge to your arteries, encouraging them to relax and widen. As we age, our blood vessels can become a bit like old garden hoses, stiff and less responsive. Capsaicin encourages the production of that vital nitric oxide I mentioned earlier, which signals the vessel walls to expand, allowing blood to flow more freely and with less resistance. For this to be effective and comfortable, you have to start slow. We are not trying to make a spicy curry here. We are looking for a therapeutic effect. Start with just a tiny pinch, perhaps 1/8 of a teaspoon, mixed thoroughly into your oats. To make this soothing for your stomach, it is wise to add a little healthy fat, like a spoonful of grass-fed butter or perhaps some raw honey. The fat serves a dual purpose. It protects your digestion from the heat, but it also helps your body absorb the capsaicin, as this compound loves to bond with fats. Over time, as your system adjusts, you might find you can increase the amount slightly, but the goal is gentle warmth, not fire. This warmth spreads through your system, encouraging a steady, rhythmic blood flow that reaches all the way to your fingertips and toes while you rest. Now, let us look at number 3, which is one of the most researched spices in the world's eye: turmeric. You have likely heard of turmeric, but there is a massive difference between casually sprinkling it on dinner and using it therapeutically for your heart. The magic within turmeric is a compound called curcumin. If you imagine your arteries have a smooth inner lining, think of curcumin as the maintenance crew that keeps that lining polished and healthy. It helps prevent the stickiness that can cause things to accumulate on the vessel walls. However, turmeric has a flaw: it is very shy. On its own, your body struggles to absorb it. It tends to pass right through you. To unlock the potential of turmeric, you need a key, and that key is black pepper. It sounds too simple to be true, but a specific compound in black pepper prevents your liver from flushing the curcumin out too quickly. When you combine turmeric with black pepper and the soluble fiber of oatmeal, you create a powerful package that your body can actually use. For your evening routine, you would take a teaspoon of vibrant, yellow turmeric powder. Add it to your warm oats, but do not forget to crack fresh black pepper over it, and again, add a touch of healthy fat like coconut oil or ghee. The fat carries the curcumin across the intestinal wall and into the bloodstream. This combination works overnight to maintain the elasticity of your arteries, helping them stay supple rather than becoming rigid pipes. It is a profound way to support your body's natural remodeling processes. As we get closer to the most impactful ingredients, we arrive at number 2, Ceylon cinnamon. Please pay close attention to the name here. This is not the standard dark brown cinnamon you find in every bakery, which is usually cassia cinnamon. We are talking about true cinnamon, or Ceylon cinnamon, which comes from Sri Lanka. It is lighter in color, almost like tan sand, and has a delicate, complex flavor. The reason we choose Ceylon is safety. It lacks the compounds found in common cinnamon that can be hard on the liver if taken daily. Ceylon cinnamon is remarkable because of its relationship with arterial flexibility and blood sugar. We know that high blood sugar can act like shards of glass in the arteries, causing tiny micro tears that the body has to patch up. Ceylon cinnamon helps moderate this, but it also does something unique. It helps soften the existing structures within the artery walls. Think of it like moisturizing dry skin. It helps restore pliability. To get the best effect, you want to mix about 2 teaspoons of this mild cinnamon into your oatmeal. But here is the secret that elevates it: mix in a tablespoon of raw apple cider vinegar. It sounds like an odd flavor combination, I know, but the tartness of the vinegar cuts through the sweetness of the cinnamon, and biologically, the acetic acid in the vinegar works in tandem with the cinnamon to support the breakdown of rigid calcium deposits. It essentially tells the calcium to go to your bones where it belongs, rather than sitting in your soft tissues. Finally, we arrive at the number 1 most powerful addition to your evening routine, a powerhouse that is revered in Eastern nutrition, but is only just getting the credit it deserves in the West: nattokinase. This is not a spice, but an enzyme derived from fermented soybeans. To understand why this is so important, we have to visualize what plaque actually is. It is not just grease, it is held together by a protein mesh called fibrin. Imagine a net catching debris in a stream. That net is fibrin. Most things we eat cannot touch that net. However, nattokinase is unique because it is a fibrinolytic enzyme, meaning its specific job in nature is to dissolve that protein mesh. When you introduce nattokinase into your system, you are essentially sending in a specialized cleaning crew that knows how to gently disassemble that netting. It works with your body's natural rhythms to clear out the old fibrin that is no longer needed, effectively supporting smooth, clear channels for your blood. Now, this enzyme is fragile. It is a living protein structure. If you put nattokinase into boiling hot oatmeal, you will destroy it instantly. You must let your oatmeal cool down significantly, to the point where it is just pleasantly warm, comfortably below body temperature, before you stir this powder in. The protocol for this is specific. You want to use a standardized nattokinase powder, usually measured in fibrinolytic units. A standard dose is often around 2,000 units. You mix this into your cooled oats, perhaps with a little ground flaxseed for texture and extra omega-3s. The timing is also important. Because this enzyme competes with other proteins for absorption, It works best when your stomach isn't full of a heavy steak dinner. A light bowl of oatmeal with nattokinase about 3 hours before bed is ideal. It ensures that the enzyme enters your bloodstream right as you drift into your deepest phases of sleep, which is when your body performs its most intensive maintenance work. So, putting this all together, we are not just talking about eating breakfast at night. We are talking about a conscious, health-affirming ritual. You are taking a simple bowl of oats, which provides the fiber to sweep the gut and stabilize blood sugar, and you are using it as a vehicle for these potent natural allies. You might rotate them, or perhaps find a combination that suits your palate, but the principle remains the same. You are providing your body with the tools it needs to repair and rejuvenate your cardiovascular system while you rest. It is important to remember that natural health is not about an overnight miracle, it is about consistency. It is about treating your body with respect and giving it the raw materials it requires to function at its best. If you start incorporating these powders, being mindful of the quality of the ingredients and the temperature of the food, you are making an investment in your future. You are telling your heart that you are listening and that you are willing to support it. I have seen many people in their 70s and 80s regain a sense of vitality and confidence in their health just by making these small, intelligent adjustments to their daily routine. It is empowering to know that something as simple as your evening meal can have such a profound impact on how your arteries function. As you move forward, I encourage you to listen to your body. Start with small amounts, see how you feel, and enjoy the process of nourishing yourself. Health is a journey, and it is one that is best traveled with patience, curiosity, and a good bowl of oatmeal. Thank you for spending this time with me, and here is to your heart's health and a peaceful night's sleep.